Today we're gonna be painting sunset. For sunset, you're gonna need red, yellow, and white color. Mix a bit of red and yellow to make orange. Start at the edge of the canvas, painting orange with few strokes, moving towards the center of the canvas. Also continue on the right, move from the outside, coming closer, also on top. Note the orange color is further away from the sun. The closer to the sun, the lighter the color. More orange on the outside. Add a bit of yellow with a little bit of red to make a yellow color. This is a bit dark yellow color. Add a little bit more. With light strokes, just to remove excess painting and to fade and match the colors. Now coming with more of white, we are moving closer to the sun at the bottom. More white color with a bit of yellow. Again, more color. More white color. And remove excess painting and match the two colors. This is to avoid dark colors changing to the light color. So this remove excess of the painting and match and blend the colors well. Continue with more of white. Again, remove excess painting, blend the colors well. At the bottom you need more white color. This is where the sun is. The closer you get to the sun, the lighter it is. And then remove excess and match the colors. Now we're gonna start with the blend with darker brown color. We continue with the dark brown color. Darker brown color again. This is to represent the shadow of the mountain. Mixing dark brown and a bit of white, again with darker colors for the mountain shadow. Note the lighter brown color is more of the surface of the ground where there's no shadow of the mountain. More white color and a little bit of brown just to make light brown. Continue with the stroke and then more dark color again just to make the shadows on the side of the canvas. So towards the mountain you get more of the shadows on the periphery, which is the outside, is more dark color. Also remove the excess painting. Continue with light brown. excess painting again. Again, more darker colors. All these represent mountains in different distance, varying distance. Don't stress about how it looks. You can always change it later when you feel like. So just continue until you see something, and then you can just add on more darker color to the right. With a knife, you're gonna do a surface of the mountain. That's a palette knife. More surface of the mountain that represents the shining of the light on the surface of the mountain. Continue to the other side. More white color. That's the surface of the mountain on the right side. With dark brown, we're gonna make a bark of a tree. Note that I'm using a thick brush. For me it's easy, and you can also use a palette knife, but it's easy when you're using a brush because the bark is supposed to be rough. It's not supposed to be completely smooth. So just stroke and make another branch of the tree. Add another small branch towards the right. With more brown, you're gonna start painting a rock. Painting a rock. We'll come back and finish it later, just a background of a rock. And with a bit of more white color, we are making the reflection on the tree. Note, on this tree or this painting, we're going to choose the direction of the light coming from the right. That will be the right of the canvas, or on my right. Now we're gonna add few more colors. That will be dark green and a bit of black. We're gonna start at the bottom with dark green mixed with a little bit of black. This represents darker shades of the leaves and then grass, with few strokes going up. Always remember, when you start, always with the dark colors, and then you come with lighter colors, and then reflection with more of the white colors. So that's the mixture of dark green and a little bit of black. Remember, when you are painting surface of the grass, it's not supposed to be smooth. It's a bit rough because they are not of the equal size. So with the upward stroke, Just continue with the dark green color. Now we're gonna mix dark green with a bit of yellow and a bit of white. We're gonna start by doing leaves of the tree. Remember, at the bottom or towards where the shadow is, you start with darker colors. That's why I'm doing dark green and a little bit of black at the bottom. Make more leaves to the left. With more yellow and a bit of red, go towards the surface of the leaves. This represents the reflection of the sunset on the leaves. With more yellow color mixed with a bit of red, still the surface of the leaves. On the left side, do the same. Remember, the surface is supposed to be above where the light is projecting through. At the bottom is darker because of the shadow of the leaves. With more of a dark brown mixed with a bit of white, you can make small branches towards the leaves, connecting the big branch of a tree with the leaves. Note, I'm using a smallest brush to represent the smallest branch of the tree towards the leaves. With more white and a little bit of yellow. Now we are going to make the grass more visible with upward stroke. We are painting each grass individually. A little bit of yellow. Remember, the darker represents the deeper side of the grass and then shadow of the grass. When we come more on the surface, we use more lighter colors. That's why we're using yellow and a bit of white. You can do more if you want. You just have to decide whether you like bulk of a grass. Few more strokes. Note the height of the grass is not the same as you'll expect in real life situation. The palette knife and more color. We are choosing the right side as the reflection where the sun is shining from. On the bulk of the tree, just light touch on the right side of the branch, just to make reflection. Continue making reflection towards the right. If you note, on the left is more darker compared to the right, more reflection, so it's not supposed to be even. More white with a palette knife, just to represent where the light is shining from, which is the right side from this painting. And then more white to make the stone or the rock more visible. More white again, just to represent that the rock is not smooth, rough edges all over. And then brush more white again. That will be representing the rock next to the tree. More white to represent the closer mountain, which is very small. Another white. That's the surface of the mountains. More white to the right. Another side more to the left. With pen brush and dark brown to represent the path or where the water was draining through, but this one is represent the path where people will be walking through. Note, the further you go, the path becomes smaller to represent the distance which is far away from us. More darker color further away. With a small brush now we're gonna draw some small rocks, small stones. I'm starting with white on this one, just it's easier because darker colors are more dull, they can take the white color away. So I start with white just because I'm doing it within one day. Usually I wait for it to dry and come up with the white later. So in this one I'm doing white first, which is the reflection on the surface, and then add a bit of more brown, which represents the other side of the stone. Remember, the light is shining from the right, so the shadow will be towards the left. More brown. Now with black I'm going to draw the shadow. Shadow is supposed to be moving towards the left side of the painting. There, another shadow with black. More shadows with black. Again, let's draw another big rock which is more closer. Remember, the rocks or any object towards us is more bigger than the other ones which is far. So this one is gonna be a bigger rock. Not necessarily means it's bigger, but just means it's closer to us. More white to represent the reflections. A bit of more white again. Okay, that's how you draw 3D objects of the rock. We have a dark color followed by a white color, which is the reflection, and don't forget the shadow. The shadow, you just remember where the light is shining from. And then I'm gonna add more small rocks at a distance. Small rocks again at a distance with the shadow, little shadows. So this represents the distance further away from us. You can make more rocks if you want. It just depend or decide what you want to do with your painting. With white, I'm gonna initial my painting L and K for the surname. Now I signed my painting, but I need to add more reflections on the surface. I'm gonna add more of white color and a bit of red. That represents the sunset shining on the surface of the leaves. Adding more grass, smaller grasses. This is to fill the gap in between, just to represent the grass. And this is how you paint a sunset.